Hey yogis, I'm Nicole. Welcome back to my yoga time. Thanks for joining me today. Today I have one of my most favorite restorative sequences to share with you. It will help you to feel good from the inside out. Coupled with our restorative postures is also some mindful breathing and a little pranayama at the end. Now I am using a yoga bolster for this class. If you don't have a bolster, you can improvise with a really thick blanket that's rolled up nice and tight, or 2 or 3 pillows stacked on top of one another. And I've also got 2 yoga blocks. If you've only got the one block, that's totally fine. If you don't have any blocks, then improvise with something similar thickness and is quite solid. So maybe a thick book will do the trick. When you're ready, let's come down onto your back. And we're coming into a restorative bridge pose with your bolster or maybe your pillows or your blanket. So knees are bending, lift up the hips and bring that prop in underneath your bottom. Once the prop's in place, just take a few breaths here with the knees bent and turn the palms up to face the ceiling. Find length in the back of the neck. You might even like to connect index finger and thumb for chin mudra. And gently placing the tip of your tongue where the teeth meet the roof of the mouth. Feeling a little tone now in the back of your throat for Ujjayi breath. A little constriction. But the jaw remains relaxed. You may even begin to hear the breath, much like a sighing sound, rolling over the back of the throat. Observe the navel rise as you inhale. Take a little pause at the top before you exhale slowly. From here, let's lift both feet up off the floor and then reach them up towards the ceiling. So you might rest here with the body in a right angle shape. Otherwise, let the feet fall a little closer to the head, taking more of a V shape. Hands can stay as they are, or you might have the urge to hold onto those legs. Do not overstrain. Do what feels good. From here, we'll lower the right leg down to the floor, bend the left knee, and hold onto that left leg, either on top of the shin or behind the knee. If there's any niggling in your back here, then you can bend that right leg. And each time the mind wanders off, just coming back to the breath, moving the body. If you'd like a little more sensation in your hips here for the last few breaths, bend the right knee, heel toe the right foot just a little to the left, and then let the knee fall out to the side. So the right leg is coming into a butterfly pose. Keep holding onto the left leg, just a few breaths. And let's release both feet up towards the ceiling once again. When you're ready, taking the right leg, lowering the left leg down. If you did so on the other side, take that butterfly variation through the left leg now. And for the very last time, both feet up towards the ceiling. When you're ready, lower both feet down. Just a few more breaths here in your supported bridge pose. You might like to take the arms above the head, either both knees bent or both legs straight and relaxed. And let's bend those knees now. Lift up the hips and just slide the bolster down so that it's behind the knees. I'm just taking a little rest here, not too long, but I do want you to take a hold of your block now, or your book, and place it underneath the head. So base of the skull is meeting the very edge of your prop. So awareness here to the meeting points between the back of the head and your prop. Let's inhale smoothly and deeply. And as you exhale, slowly let your head turn to the right. On your next inhalation, gently come back to center. Slow breath, slow movement. And then you'll exhale over to the other side. Keep moving with your breath. 2 more on each side. You'll finish with the head in the center. And if you're ready to move on, let's take the block away. Bend the knees and just roll the bolster down. And then we'll keep the knees bent. Right arm out to the side, left hand to the heart. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, roll onto your right side. Left palm is going to trace along the inner right arm to meet the palm. Option 1 is there. Option 2, reach the left palm beyond the right. Look down to the mat or back behind the shoulder. Then as you inhale, return to the start. Left palm tracing along the inner right arm. Come back to your spine and change sides. Right hand to the heart. Exhale over to the left. Follow the inhalation back to center and over to the other side. Coming onto the left side for your last time. And then this time roll over to the right, just come into the fetal position and press yourself up. Well done, yogis. Let's bring our bolster back over, running parallel now to the short side of the mat. We're coming into our Sphinx pose on the bolster, so you will need your blocks or your book here as well to go underneath those forearms. Now, of course, you can practice your Sphinx pose flat on the mat. You don't need to rest on the props. Whatever feels best for your body. So if you are on the props, just having your belly there, relaxing those feet maybe about mat width apart. If you can, keep the chin parallel to the floor and the shoulders relaxed. If you need to support the head here, you can always make fists with your hands. Take your hands to the jaw. And once again, feeling the pulse of the breath move the body. Navel expanding against the bolster as you inhale. Drawing back in towards the spine as you exhale. So yogis, option 1, please stay here for the next little while, staying mindful of your breath. Option 2, only if there's no strain and it's comfortable for you, we'll bring in a little quad stretch. So you can reposition that right arm, bend your left leg, reach back and take a hold of the foot. If there's any discomfort in your low back, if you're really straining to hold the foot, then just let it go. We're here to undo tension, not create more. Your breath is your barometer. It will tell you when you've gone too far. For the last few breaths, you can stay exactly as you are. Otherwise, you might like to roll onto your side. You can lower the head a little, support the head with your hand, maintain that quad stretch. And return to your navel. Changing sides, collect the right foot. Either staying there or roll onto your left side. Return to your navel. Let's press up now, coming onto all fours. Let's press into the palms and the tops of the feet and just see if you can lift up the knees, only for a few breaths, just a little bit of core to help counter stretch. And you can lower those knees back down. Inhale, neutral spine, look forward if you like. Don't over exaggerate that back bend. And then as you exhale, let's round the spine and we'll hold it here. Gently press the knees away from one another. And you might like to lean back just a little. Then as you inhale, come forward into tabletop. It's a neutral position. And as you exhale, round the back, maybe even lift up onto the tips of the fingers, sitting back towards child's pose. Inhale, return. Ground the palms down, maybe a little back bend here. Lift the chin, look forward. And then exhaling, slowly round the spine, lift the palms, sit back. Let's do one more. And then if it's comfortable for your body, we'll rest in child's pose for a few breaths. If there is any discomfort in your knees and hips in child's pose, remove the props and just lay flat on your belly instead. Feel the breath in the back. And when you're ready, gently pressing yourself up. Let's turn the bolster now so that it's running parallel to the short side of the mat. Coming into our prone twist. So sitting with your right hip touching the bolster, hands are either side. Lengthen the spine as much as you can, and then we're endeavoring to bring as much of our navel down onto the prop as we can. So head can turn left or right depending on how you're feeling in your neck, and you can always have a block in between those thighs if the hips and knees need support. I'm going to count your next 2 exhalations We'll exhale to the count of 5. So you'll inhale at your leisure. We'll take a little pause and then we'll exhale together for 5. So let's breathe out now. And then inhale smoothly, deeply. Take a little pause and exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale smoothly, deeply. A little pause and exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull your next inhalation out of the pose. You can either come to your knees and change sides, or you might like a very brief downward facing dog before pivoting and bringing that left hip down to touch the bolster. Lengthening the spine before bringing your navel down. And counting your next 2 exhalations, same as before. Let's breathe out together. Inhale smoothly, deeply. Take a little pause. And exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale smoothly, deeply. A little pause. And exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when you're ready, gently pressing yourself up to seated. So from here, yogis, we'll practice just a little seated pranayama, and then we'll come down for Shavasana. So for Shavasana, we do want to rest with your bolster or your pillows behind the knees. So I'm just setting that up so we have as little disturbance as possible when we come out of our pranayama. I am going to sit up on the block to elevate the hips and encourage you to do the same. Now you don't have to cross the legs. Feel free to kneel or straighten out one or both legs if you need to. The most important thing is that you are comfortable. So we're going to practice a slightly different variation of our alternate nostril breathing today. Your left hand will rest on the knee, palm turning up, connecting index finger and thumbs. Your right hand will rest with the middle finger and pointer finger at the third eye center. Your thumb will block the right nostril and your pinky finger will block the left nostril. Ensure that you're sitting up nice and tall. Gently block the right nostril and inhale through the left only. And then exhale through both nostrils. Then block the left nostril, inhale right only. Exhale through both. That's one round. Let's practice another 4. Inhale left. Exhale both. Inhale right. Exhale both. After your 5th round, lower the right hand down and take the mudra there too. Breathing through both nostrils. Observing the meeting points between the breath and the nostrils. It might feel slightly different from one side to the other. And then in your own time, with as little disturbance as possible, maybe you can keep the eyes closed as you come off your prop and lay yourself down for Shavasana. And as you lay yourself down, feeling the meeting points between the back side of the body and the mat, take a deep inhalation and pause. And as you exhale, give in to gravity. Be soft. And for the next little while, be the witness, the quiet observer.